Hey everybody, it's Dusti Martin with Platinum Living Realty dropping in to give you your monthly market update for the town of Paradise Valley here in Arizona. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, grab a drink, buckle up. We have some big changes in the real estate market and you're not going to want to miss this. All right, so let's just jump right into it. Our active listings are up 33.8% over this time last year. This is a slowing of the number of listings that are coming on the market here in Paradise Valley, which is good because it's been shooting up quite rapidly lately. But our sold listings are actually down more, which in the last few months, we've had a lot more listings come on the market, but less sell. Now we're having less sell and less come on the market. So our sold listings are actually down 58.7% over this time last year. We only had 19 sales this past month. Normally in Paradise Valley, we are in like the 30 range. I'd say between 35 to 38 sales a month in Paradise Valley. Our median price per square foot, and this is the important one, is actually down 0.1% over this time last year, meaning on a $2 million home, which tends to be where the bread and butter and the entry-level homes are here in Paradise Valley, on a $2 million home, that's about $2,000. So 0.1%, meaning 0.1%, a tenth of a percent. Statistically, that's almost flat. That's no growth over this time last year. Buyers may find that exciting because things just shot up really, really fast, especially in Paradise Valley over the last 2 years. This time last year and over the summer of the previous year in 2021, we were seeing 40, 50, 60% appreciation, which is nowhere in the realm or even the same galaxy as normal. Normal appreciation for our market would be between 3 and 5%, 5 being a really good year. And, in recession years, technically, home values normally go up. So this is probably our correction. We're probably in it right now. There's only been 2 recessions where home values actually decreased. One was the once in a lifetime event that we all know is the Great Recession, which was caused by a housing bubble. The other one was just another, I think it was the dot-com bubble. That one, home prices only went down like 1 or 2%. But in all other recessions, they've actually gone up, historically speaking. So we're basically almost statistically flat over this time last year. A lot of that's going to have to do with the fact that interest rates went up quite a bit. They've come down some in the last week or so, about 3/4 of a point, almost a full point, especially on jumbo loans. That's really eased up some worries there. However, in this price range, this is already a market that the average consumer can't really afford to begin with. So when you increase those interest rates, people who would have never otherwise been a buyer in places like Paradise Valley were, and now they are not. And so they've kind of been kicked back down to the average homes. And, for better or worse, it is what it is. But the good news is we haven't lost a lot of money, and you haven't lost much if you did lose some. So keep that in mind. However, when you look at things by price point, it is a very, very different story when you look at things by price point, and we'll get to that here in a minute. Our months of supply is up a lot, and it had a giant swing, not just month to month, but over this time last year. Our months of supply is at 9.58 months of supply. So Paradise Valley is officially in a buyer's market, which means we are going to see gentle downward pressure on home values. Now, how long will that last? We're not sure. I don't have a crystal ball, but we know that when housing months of supply is 8 months or more, that is a buyer's market, and that's when you see gentle downward pressure on home values and home sales. When it's 4 months or less, that is a seller's market, and that's when you see gentle upward pressure. When we were getting to the 0 to 2 weeks worth of inventory, that's when we were seeing very, very hard pressure on those home values to go up. So now we're back to a buyer's market where we're seeing gentle downward pressure. But if you've bought in the last 2 years, you've made a killing. So try not to overlook the forest for the trees. Basically chalk it up to we were due for a correction. We're probably getting it. And then, after this year, maybe next, we'll probably go right back into a traditional 7-year cycle that we normally see in real estate. Our median days on market is also up, but only 34%. And here's the interesting part. Our median days on market is only 67 days. In an even stable market, it would be 90. So it's telling me for the right home, for the right price, for the right buyer, homes still will sell pretty quickly. And when you're talking about a place like Paradise Valley, where the average home sale is much, much higher than the average home in the rest of the valley, you have to realize that's pretty fast for 3, 4, 5, $20 million homes. Now, the $3 million price range in Paradise Valley has become where most homes are listed. So this time last year and the year before, as long as I've been doing these videos, our bread and butter in Paradise Valley was between 1 and 3 million, and entry level was 700 to $1 million. Now entry level is 1 to 3 million. So that's just something to keep in mind. All right, so let's look at it by price point. Our $0 to $100,000 price range, we have no data. There are no listings, therefore no sales, nothing to calculate. And it is the same for the $0 to $100,000 price range, the $200,000 to $300,000 price range. And then we don't have data until we get to the $300,000 to $500,000 price range. These are going to be like condos, small plots of land, stuff like that. We are at 1.67 months of supply. That is a really strong seller's market if you've got a property in that price range. Again, there's only 5 of them though, and 3 of them sold, leaving 2. That only gives us, about 4 to 6, not quite 7 weeks worth of inventory. Then we look at the $500,000 to $700,000 price range. We had one, it sold. One new one came on the market. That gives us an even 1 month's worth of supply. Again, that is also a scary hot seller's market. So you're going to see upward pressure on those homes. And then when we look at the $700,000 to $1 million, there's one property available, but it didn't sell and nothing new came on the market. So we don't have anything that we can calculate there. So maybe next month, maybe that one's in escrow, who knows? We'll have to check back, see if there was any movement on that property and what happened or didn't happen, and go from there. Then we get to our $1 to $3 million price range here in Paradise Valley, which I have just gotten done telling you that is now entry level here in PV. Now we are literally sitting at 6.86 months of supply. That's about a month's worth outside of a normal even stable market. Even stable market is 6 months straight up and down. We're at 6.86. So it slightly favors the buyer, but home values are probably going to be somewhere around 96 to 98% of the list price. But then the big catcher, the one price range that's really hurting in terms of supply and demand is our $3 million and over. In other words, where the majority of our homes are now priced in Paradise Valley. That price range is at a 15.75 months of supply, meaning almost 16 months worth of inventory, almost a year and a half. In other words, that is a really, really, really strong buyer's market. And so if you're a seller, expect to be paying some closing costs, expect to not be selling for list price, expect to make sure that this house is in tip-top condition, do some pre-inspections, make sure if you've got a septic that it is in tip-top condition, your ACs, your roof, everything is as good as possible. Get some fresh paint going on. That's cheap. Make sure that you put your home's absolute best foot forward because there is a lot of competition. If you're wondering what your home would sell for in today's market, or if you're thinking of buying in Paradise Valley and you want to know in your price range and in the neighborhoods you're looking for what you can expect, go ahead and give me a call at 480-717-9405 or visit my website at dustymartinrealtor.com.